To be a great tennis player from the baseline, you need a lot of different athletic attributes. You can't just hit a lot of balls and be a great baseline player. You need strength, stability, balance, flexibility. Look at these slow motion clips of professional players, and it's obvious that part of the reason why they're able to hit such incredible shots is they've trained their bodies to be able to be in all kinds of crazy positions, but still maintain good control and balance and strength. And a great way to train that is by using yoga. Now, I am not a yoga expert. In fact, I really just started for the first time recently, but I've already seen tremendous benefits. I feel much better, and I know that when all this craziness is over and I can go back to a tennis court, my body's gonna feel much more free and loose, and I'll be able to stretch and strain for shots much more comfortably than I did before. And that's a big part of what being successful on the baseline is about. So here's 2 moves that you can do right now that can benefit your ground strokes, help you be more solid and stable and in better balance. This first pose we're gonna work on is called Warrior 2. It has a lot of lower body benefits. It's really, really simple. I'm gonna start off facing you guys, and all I'm gonna do is start off placing one foot slightly out to the side, and then the other foot I'm gonna point out away from myself and take a pretty full stride out in that direction. So right now I'm probably about double shoulder width apart, with my back foot pointing along in the direction that I started and my other foot pointing out in front of me. And you'll see different variations of this. This is my layman's way of explaining this, and it's something that's really simple to follow. So from here, all I'm going to do is put my arms straight out. I'm going to turn my chin to look out in front of my front arm, which right now is my right arm, going out straight in front of my right foot. And then I'm just going to simply push forwards and bend my front knee while I keep my back leg straight. And so you'll notice my back foot is staying grounded. My front foot is pointing straight out in front of me. And what I like to focus on here is just staying really nice and straight and upright. And from this position, I feel a really good stretch in a lot of different places. For me, I mostly feel it across my back hip and also on the inside of my hamstring and my groin. I also feel a great stretch in my upper back and my mid back. And then as I kind of sink into this forwards, this is really excellent for strengthening and stabilizing on that front leg. So my front quad and my front hamstring, my front calf and foot are getting great stability and strength movement work here, while my back leg is really working on flexibility and mobility. So going back to those slow motion clips of like Djokovic in particular, of course, he's just known for his flexibility and his ability to kind of contort himself into crazy positions. You can see how this is just very, very directly applicable to being able to put yourself in a compromising position on the court, but still maintain strength and stability and balance, and just do the best you can to hit a solid shot back. And this is really important. You don't want to stretch beyond anything that feels uncomfortable. If at any point it feels certainly painful, but if you feel discomfort, then just back off of it. This is not some kind of contest to see who can like stretch the widest or be the most like Djokovic. The whole idea is just to find your comfort, your range of motion, hang out there for maybe 10, 20 seconds, and then back off again. If you're enjoying these ideas to use yoga to benefit your tennis, go over to easytennisyoga.com for a complete guide. The next pose we're going to focus on to work on your ground stroke game is called the triangle. And triangle's base is basically the same thing as the Warrior 2. Sorry if anybody's yelling at me right now out there who's a major yoga follower. But I'm going to start off in the same way, kind of stepping out a little bit, keeping my back foot parallel, and then creating a nice wide base with my lead foot pointing 90 degrees out away. This time, instead of bending into that front leg, I'm going to keep both legs straight. And I'm going to start with my arms nice and wide, again, just like I did for the warrior pose. And now as I shift forward slightly, what I'm going to do is just hinge from the hips and bend over. And so where I'm feeling this a lot is my back hip and my obliques. I'm feeling this quite a lot in my lead calf and hamstring, since I'm keeping that leg straight and I'm no longer lunging into it. And when you, if you go Google, yoga triangle, you'll see all the super flexible people. Their hand will be down like on the floor. This is about as far as I'm comfortable with. I have really tight hamstrings and calves. I've been working on that by doing a yoga routine. So for me, this is about my range of motion. And again, really good stretch here, really good stretch all the way up and down my lead foot. And this is great for balance and stability as well. Just hanging out here is definitely tricky. So I'm gonna slowly come out of that. So excellent for stability, strength, flexibility. This is really gonna lengthen and loosen all of your lower body muscles that are really critical to get out into a strong, stable position to hit ground strokes as you move back and forth on the baseline. So here's a quick routine that you can run through each morning to work on your mobility, your flexibility, your strength, your stability. I'm just going to put together those two moves. So let's start off moving out to my right. So I'm going to plant my back foot, my left foot, and move out with my right foot, arms out, and I'll go into Warrior 2. By the way, a quick note that's really important that I didn't mention earlier, make sure that this lead knee does not go out past your toes of that front foot. Otherwise, you put your knee in a compromised position. So after 15, 20 seconds hanging out here, you come back to straight leg, arms out again. And now this time, keep that front leg straight and hinge at the waist into triangle. And so again, hang out here, 15, 20 seconds, whatever feels comfortable to use, totally fine. This is not about like being perfect or doing it exactly right or following any perfect routine. Figure out what works well for you. And then I'll move out to my left. So now my right foot is going to kind of be the anchor, and I'll stride out with my left toes moving out at 90 degrees, arms out, looking across my lead arm and stretch. Then after 10, 15, 20 seconds, I'll straighten that front leg again, arms out, straight, and hinge at the waist while keeping that lead leg straight. And so the combination of these two, if you spend 2-3 minutes, seriously, 2 or 3 minutes each morning, just moving through Warrior 2 and Triangle on each side, I feel great just from doing this demonstration. Spend a couple minutes each morning, and especially if you combine the step-by-step resource that we have at easytennisyoga.com. Kevin and Megan will combine their poses as well, and it's all in one document, so you can work on all the different parts of your tennis game that are really important. It's so critical now that we're stuck at home. You can do really beneficial things like this, like yoga, to keep your body healthy, stay solid, stay strong, and improve your flexibility.